This is part 1 of the Motorola 5A 7A radio, one of 2 that I have. This one I got, it has a better cover, it does not have the broken corner. However, cosmetically it's not the same nice condition that the other one was in. So I'm going to start on this one, but I'm going to primarily try to see if it fires up first, and we'll go from there. We actually can't fire it up because we have to put a cord on here yet. I had cut this off, and I'm not able to put B+ in here because I don't have my power supply. However, we're going to remove the radio from the cabinet, and we'll go over it and see if I can bring it up really slow on the Variac after I get on the inside of this and see how I can make the connections in here safely with clip leads. I don't want to put a power cord on it just yet. I do have a power cord. I got a thin cord from my hardware store. It cost me $4. It's an 8-footer. It's polarized, so I may have to file out part of this in order to, one of these sides here so it'll plug in if I use it on battery, but the chances of that happening is 0. So we'll leave it polarized just the way it is, and the cord should fit down in here where the battery is. We probably don't need 8 foot of this. Now this is supposed to be 18 gauge, I'm pretty sure. But the insulation is thin, similar to what was on the radio originally. So let me get that out of the case. We'll do that off camera and we'll be right back. The SAMs don't tell you how to get it out of the case, but there are 2 screws that I've removed, one here and one on the other side. But there's also a screw here and a screw here and another one up here. So I really didn't have to probably take the knobs off, but that's okay. We are going to see if the chassis slides out. We'll do that off camera. I don't think it will, and I think I'm going to have to take this off, and then maybe the whole thing pulls out from the front. We're not sure yet. We're learning as we go. Okay, it's not too bad. We got one antenna wire here we got to remove. This one's already off. What's disturbing is the speaker's bad. It's a 3-inch speaker. We will remove this assembly. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm not sure whether it comes out the back or out the front. Maybe it don't matter. I can't seem to locate the wire on the left side of the antenna loop, but we can trace the schematic out and find out where it goes. These are for the D-cell A batteries right here. And this is one of the antenna connectors right here. So off camera we'll get this out of the case. It wasn't too bad. We got some insulation here. It came out the back. It seemed to want to come out the back better than out the front. Now, let's see if we can locate that antenna wire. Here it is, right here. Okay, that's easy. We just have to put a little connector on that, unless it has one. That's no big deal. Okay, now what I want to do is to find out where that power cord goes. We'll do that off camera. Alright, what I got to do here is I got to check the electrolytic and so forth. And I'm going to have to order some capacitors, I guess. So that's all for now. It's going to be quite difficult to get in here at these wires. They are buried in here somewhere. And the speaker doesn't even have any mounting screws, so it's probably, I have to get the speaker out. The speaker could be fastened back here with a screw. I can't do this one-handed. Cannot work one-handed. It looks like, well, if it's screwed to the magnet, it's got to be right about here. I don't think so. Well, there's the electrolytic. The backside of it. Let's see if I can get a close-up in there. That looks like a short. From the left hand, the ground terminal to the center. That looks like a short. Well, I removed it with a needle nose. It looked like a piece of solder that went from here and was laying on here. I don't know. It doesn't look like anybody's worked on it, but maybe it's from the factory or something. I can't imagine that would be. Anyways, I would have to probably... There's two electrolytics in here, it looks like. So, we're going to go further on this, but we're not pulling those out until we get some electrolytics to replace those with. Alright, I'm forming up the capacitors. I've got 70 volts going into it from the telemic. It's on the low scale. So we're cranked all the way up. It's supposed to be 0 to 60 volts right here, 0 to 60. Okay. So it cranked all the way up. It puts out about 70, 72 volts thereabouts. This puts out a little bit more than the ICO. What we've got here is a plug in here. So we're not running this on AC like we were on the other radio. Okay? So according to the SAMs, this B+ circuit draws 4 milliamperes off the battery. I know the telemic can supply that. And we're up to almost 60 volts now. Now, I have not tested the tubes, and the 3V4 should be lukewarm, and they're all cold, so there could be a burnt-out tube in here. I do have 2 D cells in here, one here and one in here. Volume's all the way up. So theoretically, we should be hearing some kind of noise out of this, but I'm trying to form these up so I can get some life out of them. They are going to be changed. Unlike the other Motorola radio, I think these electrolytics are bad. And we're up to 60 volts now, so we're going to let it form up. It would be no different than putting an electrolytic on here and forming it up. Of course, we replace them anyways, but I want to try to do this now to see if we get anything out of this. This is going to have to be recapped. It will probably be very hard to work on. I might have to try to remove this so I can get inside here on the back end behind this switch here. It's probably where it is at. I have not cleaned anything or done anything to it yet. And the speaker was definitely shot. So, hopefully the other one will be in better condition, but I would say probably would be bad also. So, we're going to let this go for now. We're going to let it run for a while, and we'll come back on the video very shortly. For you, it'll only be a second. For me, it could be an hour or more. Okay, the 3S4 is dead. It has high grid emission, no irregular emission. 1S5 is a little weak, and these two are very good. So, that's probably why the radio could be dead. We're feeding in 70 some volts, and we are obviously drawing a little current. When I pop the battery out, the voltage goes up to 70. So we're forming the caps up, but I think we're going to have to replace this. But we're going to leave it off for now. Let these batteries just disconnect. These aren't fresh batteries anyways. They read 1.55 volts unloaded, so they're not right up there either. But running it on the battery with the plug in here for your line cord, which is plugged in here, we should only be running the B plus current of 4 milliamperes. Of course, the electrolytics are probably drawing more than that than the telemic can supply. But anyways, we're going to turn that off. And we'll shut that all down. This is going to conclude part 1 of this radio. We have to hunt down a 3S4. Now, I got another one like this that's cosmetically better on the face. And that's the one with the broken lid. So, I'm going to test those tubes before I pull that radio out. I want to recap it. Obviously, it's got a metal shield here. And I have to figure out how that comes out. We'll do that off camera. I can't do nothing on camera. And that's it. And we'll replace the caps in here, because I should have those. It's the electrolytics I don't have. So that's it, folks, for part number 1 of the Motorola 5A7A radio.